T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, God love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world, episode 679. Welcome back to Chondro Town. This episode is sponsored by MORPH Markets. So please, guys, you guys know where to ship. MORPH Market, the best place. But for right now, I'm at the best place. Here I am with my man, Bill Stegall.
Welcome home, brother.
Of Phoenix Reptiles. And what makes this even more legendary, next to me, Ryan Young and Buddy Buscemi. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
The goat. The goat. We got him here.
The GT Keeper Godfathers.
Yeah, he is.
The
He's
radio.
one of the best.
But okay, listen, I want to say me and Alex, shout out to Alex Warren, who'll be tapping in with us soon. We were on our way over here. It wasn't me, but there was a certain podcasting group out there who were trying to claim themselves to be the godfathers of the Chondro podcasting game. And God bless them. But you know what? I can't think anyone who's brought this stuff to the extent at the level you guys did at that era. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Unless they can go back to 2000 and what year? 13?
2014.
Unless they can document an episode broadcasted before 2014. Not.
But your guys' relationship's solid, man. I mean, how many years now have you guys known each other?
I met Bill in person for the first time at ICAST, which was in 2013. So 12 years.
Yeah, and that's we've told the story many times. That's when I met Buddy. At the time I had one green tree python, and Buddy approached me. We hit it off, from the get-go at ICAST, and spent a lot of time together and had a lot of stuff in common. And he said, "Hey, what do you think about doing a podcast together?" And I go, "I think a green tree python podcast would be awesome, but why do you want me involved? I have one. I've had it for a year." And Buddy said, "Well, because I've kept carpet pythons for a long time. But he said, I want to get the insight into somebody new that had just started keeping green trees, maybe thinking that I would ask questions that he wouldn't even think to ask, like, our experts."
Right.
Correct.
And so,
All coming from the place of just wanting to figure shit out.
yeah, just like total learning, like, so you could get into the podcast. We didn't even call them podcasts then. What did we call them?
It's like radio.
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 'cause there was a radio.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk. Yeah, right.
So you could get, brand new keepers or people who were thinking about coming in, or you could get advanced keepers who would have something to offer for everybody.
Right.
So
We wanted to my vision
I'm
was
gonna hold that, buddy. Yeah,
sure.
You're good.
Yep. So my vision was modeled after Morelia Python Radio. I think those guys kind of set the tone at the time for what was happening in Reptile Podcast.
No doubt.
But they weren't Chondro specific. And my vision was I wanted to spread the word about green tree pythons and why I think they're, in my mind, one of the better species of snakes to keep. And
Facts.
tried to dispel the myths and try to encourage people to take a chance and learn how to keep these animals and enjoy them in captivity.
I think we've done a good job.
Well, hold that mic, because I want to ask you, buddy, and then we're going to go over to my good friend here, Ryan Young. But you've seen many different waves in the green tree python, not only like breeding side of things, but the community, like the amount of people that have come and even gone. But what have you thought about overall the growth over the last 5-6 years, buddy, from what you've seen?
I think it's a good thing. There's not always going to be a Buddy Buscemi and a Bill Stegall and MJ and a Ryan. So we have to think,
Ain't that the truth?
right? We have to think about, what the future of this hobby. And if you care about it, as I do care about it, you have to think about having the people that are exposed to this in numbers so that the desire and passion to keep these animals continues.
And let's pass that down. Actually, my man Ryan Young, also been in the game for many.
As long as Buddy.
Probably longer.
Yeah, I don't know. You were one of the names that I recognized from back in the day. So I think I started keeping chondros in '98.
Before me.
And then bred them in 2001, I think, for the first time.
Before me.
So yeah, but you and Marshall are names that I remember from, MVF and Chondro Web and all that. So yeah, it's been interesting to watch the evolution of the chondro hobby since I've been in it anyways.
And I think this is the first time you guys have crossed paths. Is that correct? Or did you guys met before?
I can't remember.
I think we've met.
Gary introduced maybe to you in Daytona a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I mean, did you think you'd get to the point at this level of interest and growth? Like if you were to kind of think back to 2001 and here we are, 20 plus years later.
Yeah. I mean, it was always a dream species for most of the people I knew back then. So I guess, the same attributes that would make me think they were desirable, I thought other people would find desirable as well. But it was interesting to meet. When I first got into it, I didn't know much about bloodlines or any of that stuff. And so it was pretty wild once I actually immersed myself into it a little ways, how to learn about Trooper and guys like that were, had been doing it a long time. And so it was interesting to see that there was a, predecessor situation.
I think the founders of our community were just as interesting as the animals.
Yeah, for sure.
They were characters.
Yeah.
They were characters.
There still are characters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
no.
I mean, they were characters that seemed like they were on a different level than other keepers.
Yeah, I was always fascinated with like the Switac articles in Reptiles magazine.
Yeah.
The story of, finding the first chondro and
Bringing it over
the gravid
gravid.
female and
Yeah.
getting it at the Steinhardt Aquarium. That was probably the most inspirational thing to me, and even ultimately drove me to want to pursue looking for them in the wild myself. So
It's crazy what a lot of us, I mean, obviously the new generation have it a lot different with internet and what's available now when it comes to research. But, me growing up, in the 90s in elementary school, like magazines, like stuff that we all remember certain pictures that were in certain zoo magazines. Like there's an iconic, I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure we remember an iconic green tree python picture in those magazines. And just remembering as a kid thinking like the possibilities of even seeing something like that in person.
yeah, for me, it was literally a single photo. And as a child, I had this library it was like an encyclopedia alphabetized with all the different animals. And in the python section, there was a single photo of a Australian chondro in the wild. And that photo just stuck with me
Isn't that crazy?
my whole entire life. And that was as soon as I was old enough and moved out of my parents' house and I could come up with the money to buy a green python. That's what I did because of that photo.
Let's kickflip this real quick. Like, okay, you mentioned Trooper Walsh. You respect the guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So at what level did the designer thing become a real issue with you, buddy?
It's just not. It's
clickbait.
It's not. It's not an issue with me. It's just not my thing.
But no,
I like the chondros for what they're supposed to be. I guess if you want to say.
Well, okay. Let me reformat that question. I guess like okay, obviously you were learning about green tree pythons. You found out about Trooper Walsh. I'm sure you knew about his blue line stuff, right?
Yeah, I heard about the different stuff he was working with. It just
that
wasn't
stuff
your thing.
Never was your thing.
Some of the first stuff I got, one of the first male chondros I had was just a random captive bred, probably an amalgamation of multiple species. But I was looking at, like, I talked to the Barkers a lot, and so they were showing me the different chondros, and I fell in love with their natural variety, and that's what I wanted to do. And the first clutch I had was, I think it was one locality snake and one random captive bred. And I don't know the results.
The one that Marshall got a piece of?
No, that was another one.
Whoa! So there's been multiple mutt clutches that you've had.
Yeah, I didn't know any better back in the day.
Oh, sure, dude. Come on.
But then you started noticing the differences in them, and it's like, I don't know why people think these are the same snake. And so
Marshall says seems like an issue.
I knew I did something wrong when Marshall wanted to buy one of my snakes. I knew that's where I crossed the line. So
back to you, buddy. One thing I want to give you props for is like, one of the things from what I've witnessed in the hobby, I don't see a lot of like breeding collaborations really have like the longevity in it. Like I always hear of stories, something happening, but man, it's not the case with you and Bill. Like you guys have had quite the collab with multiple clutches, or just the one pairing, or
two clutches together.
Can we
clutches over 3 years?
Yep.
And I was going to ask you, like what do you do that a lot, or is it just with Bill? I'm just
with Bill. There was and Brian can attest to this. There was a time in the green tree python community where collaborations were more frequent, very frequent, and it was due to either financial constraints where people would pick up a stellar animal and it was a male, and somebody else would have a similar animal that was a female. So it was just, they felt the best way to bring forward, the traits that they were trying to produce would do a collaboration, and it was fairly common. I had quite a few guys in Maryland, where I am, that were into the green tree pythons, and they did a lot of collaborations with a lot of people. And
a decade ago, Maryland was the hotbed of green tree pythons.
Right. Yeah. And there were people.
Still a lot of activity there.
There are people that loved green tree pythons, but they just didn't want to breed them, or didn't want to, take the risks, as they ask other people to do it for them. So
yeah,
but it's different now. It's just
that came with a price.
It did, absolutely, and it came with
you
could, if you look back, and Brian he's been around a long time. He has experience, and so has Marshall's, a lot of the drama that we experience with miscommunications or misgivings about expectations for clutches, and how things would be split, or who would assume responsibility if there was a health issue for an animal.
And there were a lot of health issues.
And there were a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
Because primarily, correct me if I'm wrong, because that was before NIDA was diagnosed.
Correct.
And so a lot of animals were passed around through a lot of hands, and NIDA was spread very easily. And so you had a lot of collection crashes, and a lot of finger pointing, which appropriate or not appropriate, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of relationships were burned during that period. A lot of collections were burned. A lot of animals died because of these correlations and these breeding loans, or whatever you want to call them. So it was a different time.
Yeah. And with you, Ryan, I mean, how much of that kind of came your way, like the whole NIDO era of it being new to the hobby? Like, did you have any experience getting animals that were sick on your end, or like, I'm just curious, like how that affected you, because you're part of that era. So,
I was into different things, so I didn't really collab with anybody ever. And it always made me nervous, based not any disease thing, but just it seemed like a good way to ruin a friendship, because even when things go good, they can go bad just from human nature. Yeah. Somebody and especially with something like a chondro with variability in their offspring, if people split up 6 babies and one person's turns out really nice and the other ones don't, and then they, people unfortunately always tend to think the worst of other people, and then they, oh yeah, you knew that one was going to be better, and so that was something that always would make me nervous, that it's a good way to lose a friend. And
so how did you guys pick stuff out? How does it work with you guys when it comes to Buddy gets a clutch and they come out? What's the next step in your guys' agreement?
It's only happened twice. We've had 2 clutches together. The first time I just told Buddy to pick out half and send them to me. I didn't care.
That's cool.
The second this year, Buddy had a lot on his plate, so he sent the entire clutch to me, and we worked out an agreement where I would establish the clutch. I think you decided you didn't want any holdbacks, right? And just you had a lot on your plate. You didn't want any holdbacks from the clutch.
Right.
So I would establish them and sell them, and then we would work things out financially from there.
Right. And would you guys, to kind of end it on this topic, would you guys say if there is a breeding collab in any sorts, what's the most important thing that needs to be done?
Well, the number one thing is trust.
Correct.
And do you feel like just getting out the details out on the table, like whatever, like
what's so ironic is we never really ironed out any details at all.
Mm-mm.
right? Because I feel like you guys did it on such a level of respect, and like you thought it was an honor. I'm sure that he wanted to.
Listen, we both thought. I thought Buddy would go the extra mile. Like if there were 9 snakes established, he'd say, "Bill, I want you to have 5."
Right.
And I'll take 4.
Right.
And I was under like the same kind of guys. Like I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to do the extra, and Buddy wanted to do the extra. And when you have 2 people that work like that together on a project, then it shouldn't be an issue.
well, and people that fully understand what's could go wrong. And be
know that
okay
part
with
of it.
that. That's
Have
the
the-
hardest thing.
Have the experience to understand, to be through the process and it not be successful.
Yeah, every breeding
experience
loan
is
I've been a
fair.
part of, it's literally like you have to know there's a chance that it's going to go horribly, and you have to be okay with that.
Right.
because-
And you have to trust that person did everything that they could, and it wasn't
Right.
something malicious or like it
You
just
know,
happened.
I know Buddy treats my animal that he has up there like it's one of his.
Right, and that's what
And I
matters.
have one of
yeah.
his animals here that I treat it's like mine. I treat it no differently.
Yeah.
It could get sick, it could die, But hey, listen, I just pick up the phone and say, "Hey, man, sorry, your animal died.
It happens.
You want to get a beer next week?"
That's right.
You got room in your
Yeah,
freezer?
basically have to have a bit of blind faith and just
Correct.
be okay with whatever
Right.
happens.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to do that, then you should certainly never consider a breeding loan.
Well, all right, let's wrap up this topic for Buddy. What's next for you, my man? Like, what's on the agenda? Like, if we kind of talk about, 2026 and the following couple years after that, like, what's your goal with everything you've done so far in the chondro game? I mean,
Right.
are you at a place where you're kind of, what you want to hit each year, or is there room for, hitting more clutches if you can? What's on deck for you?
I'm at a point where I am waning things down.
Wow.
I am, like Ryan, I've been doing this since the late 80s, early, not chondros, but
Just
breeding
keeping-wise,
snakes in
breeding-wise,
general and
yeah.
having a collection.
Where have you heard this before?
Yep.
Mm.
So
Yeah. For sure.
I'm at a point where it's still fun and enjoyable. And that's always been the most important thing to me. It's never been about being able to sell snakes and those type of things. It's always been, this is a learning experience for me in all aspects. And I mean that in every sense of the way. Like when I decided that I would establish my hobby and turn it into a business, that was a learning experience. So I've taken all that stuff. And so I'm just at a point where things are, I'm ready to shift gears and just prepare for the next phase of my life, which I'm hoping will be a lot of time not at home,
Yeah.
doing
there you
other
go.
things.
Where have you heard that before?
Yeah. So,
man.
Bill and I, when I was out here a month ago with Bill, we were talking and I was explaining to Bill, like, this is what I could do for the 2025-26 breeding season. But do I want to do that?
Right.
And if I do that, how, talking to Bill, like if I do this, what would that look like? And, so there might be, Bill and I have talked about the potential of if I do produce snakes in 2026, that, you know, I would most likely ship those animals directly to Bill for him to establish and do with them whatever he wants to do with them.
Okay, and I have to ask you, what do you think about the growth that Bill's had over the last 5 years? I mean, you guys go back,
Yeah.
so I mean, how do you feel about where he's at right now with all the amazing, you know, designer stuff and just, you know, everything he's been doing?
I'm not surprised. I mean, he's been successful with other aspects of his life, and
Yeah, for sure.
when you know how to be successful with other things, you can take that success and learn from it and apply it to other areas of your life to be successful.
Right.
So I'm not surprised at all.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Kind words.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, and so before we cycle this next couple of keepers in, Ryan, I want to say, you know, this is your second visit to Bill Siegel's place.
Yep.
What are you going to do tomorrow with all these designer lovers? Like, what's your goal? Are you going to conversate with people? Are you going to look for locality?
Patrick will be here.
I conversate
Tomorrow.
with everybody. I
Patrick will
enjoy
be
the
here.
people. You know, I listen. People don't have to believe the same things I believe to hang out and have a good time. In fact, you know, in some ways, it might be boring if everybody thought the same.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I would
true.
much rather have friendly banter than a whole bunch of people that felt the same exact way.
Yeah, slapping each other on the back.
Yeah. I don't think we
Absolutely.
advance
I agree
anything either
100%.
doing that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what we do is like it's for what we like enjoy. You know, it's all
Yeah,
personal
pushing our
enjoyment.
own projects, you know, further ahead.
Yeah.
So
And celebrating each
Yep.
other's projects.
Right.
yeah, like you know, in our group chat, I'm not into some of the stuff, but every time I'm very happy for all you guys that you made what you were after.
I believe him, Bill.
And
I do too.
I genuinely, because I know how bad I want to produce the things I'm trying to do
Yeah.
and
So you
the
get it.
projects I'm trying to do. And so even though I don't, you know, it's not what I like what you guys are doing, I'm like, for you as friends, I want nothing but the best. And your projects and your snakes to turn out how you want.
I think Bill and I will both say we're proud to be friends of Ryan Young for sure.
Absolutely.
No,
He's one of the Lost Boys.
For
Yep,
sure,
there you go.
100%. Okay, one last thing with you, Ryan. How many species did you breed this year that you have not bred yet?
I just won this year and it's literally hatching today.
Wow.
What is it? What is it?
Rock pythons, northern rock pythons,
Nice.
sea
Northern-
bear.
Okay, yeah, sea bear.
So it'd be my 39th python species.
How big are the adults?
39, dude.
The adults are like 8 feet.
Okay.
They're not super huge.
Okay.
Female
I
laid
thought they were-
15
I thought
inches.
they were bigger.
They can get big, but they have a large range of adult capability.
So have you produced more species than the Barkers?
I have.
Okay.
I've passed them.
Dang,
Good.
past the
Awesome.
Barkers. I'm sure they're proud of that.
Yeah,
because you're close to them.
Yeah,
you
no,
were,
she
you were
was.
their protege.
Yeah,
right?
she was the first one to. You know, she was like, "Oh yeah,
Keep going.
It was exciting." So-
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, not to flatten this out, but now we need Alex Warren and Sal. So, you know what, buddy?
Thank you.
You peeked us out in the beginning, dude.
That's
So
all right.
I
Thank you
appreciate
guys
it.
for having me.
Buddy Buscemi, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the one and only Ryan Young. Give it up.
Thanks.
All right,
for having
guys.
me.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, if you're just now tapping in, please hit that like button. This next couple is legit a couple. I'm going to tell you right now. What have you noticed about the dynamic with these two, Sal and Alex, man? Because they listen, I love these two.
If there's-
But I feel like there's a unique, like genuine relationship, friendship going on between Alex and Sal.
If there are two peas in a pod, it's these two peas. One pea just takes up a little bit more room than the other pea in the pod.
My man, Sal Cryptic Chondros, dude, you wouldn't miss this for the
All the
world.
way
Never,
from the
never.
UK.
You wouldn't
Always
miss
here.
it.
I don't think you've traveled the farthest this year, right? Isn't
No.
Germany farther
More
than the
likely,
UK
yeah.
to
Yeah.
get to the
I
US?
think so. I think the next flight was like probably about the same. I don't know, maybe more, 14 hours. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
She took the record this year
But you're the most consistent long distance.
so far.
But technically, you're really just a pre-transplanted Texan.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
far.
dude.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's in
Bucky,
the works.
sign this guy a contract. I
Dude,
need Buck.
give this guy.
I need Bucky's to sponsor this, man. He should have his flights paid for. You spent $600 in the Bucky's once.
Yes.
That was one Bucky's. He
That
goes
was-
to like 12
That was one trip.
one day.
I'm not taking into account the other trips, which were like probably $200 that time.
Sal, I want to hear it from you, man. What makes this trip so special?
Bro, you know what? It was the snakes initially and meeting people.
Yeah.
But now it's just the snakes are cool, but it's family. Like
Right.
coming out, seeing the same people, seeing Bill, seeing you guys, hanging out with Bill, hanging out with Alex, seeing Kim. It's family now. So, I come in, I see the snakes on the first probably day or two, see the collection, and then it's just hanging out and just having fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love everyone here. So
this is your second year in a row?
Third
Year in a row.
Third year.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so
And
Plus we had a mini meeting in Scotland last summer.
oh yeah, you linked up with Bill in freaking Scotland.
Yeah.
What was that like?
that was so cool. We were out drinking, we went out on a tour, we see all the historical places. It was I had a laugh. It was good. We had a good time.
We didn't see any snakes.
No snakes that weekend.
No indigenous Scotland snakes.
No, thank God.
So what's going on with you and Alex Warren?
Well, he's been teaching me bad stuff.
Right. We gotta teach some Texas ways.
Yeah, bad words.
What's one thing you've noticed that certain demographics of this country call like certain size women?
Well, Alex taught me a word called torta.
So
Well, how do you pronounce it?
torta, Torta.
Torta.
What do you think of the tortas in Texas?
Everyone,
Y'all get love?
beauty's in the eye of the beholder. They're more for Alex, not for me.
All right. So speaking about records being broken, this is the first Bill Stegall party where Alex housed 23 people in his house.
That is not true.
Okay.
That is
How-
not
How
true.
many?
How many people?
are
I'm
gonna be in your
sorry.
house
There-
I'm off.
for the week?
There are 7 people staying for the weekend, just the weekend, not 23. So still a record for me.
Okay, that's what matters.
Yeah. Shout out to Will from Trailer Park. He's
Yeah,
super
man.
cool. Shout out to Juan.
Dude, my boy
Um,
Juan's
Chuck.
coming. That's sick.
Yeah.
Chuck. Oh my
Chuck.
God, Chuck.
Yep.
Holy
So
cow. Are you sure only 7?
only 7. I made sure. I don't have any more room. So if there are more, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go somewhere else.
No, but man, you've been a part of this whole fucking journey as far as what Bill's been doing for the community. You being right there next to Bill. How do you feel, man? I mean, this is your party too, dude. So
Yeah.
like, how does it feel?
I feel good. I feel good. I always look forward to this time of the year. It's hard for all of us to get together and for Bill to throw these parties and everyone just clear their schedule and come on out and
Yeah.
everyone hang out and it's a good time. It's really good time. I look forward to it the whole year.
It's definitely humbling.
Yeah.
For people like Alex said to take. We have a lot of local people that come. We have people that come from
All over the world.
many different states.
Yes, countries.
And countries, and for
Multiple
people
countries.
to take out that time in their schedule and the expense to get here, it's very humbling, and I'm very appreciative every time it happens.
Well, this kind of gives my chills going because this only means people are really loving the fucking green tree pythons, man. Like this is something people want to be a part of. And then like Sal says, it starts off with the animals. And then once you tap into a party like this, dude, you get relationships that last a lifetime. As long as you're a good person.
I would say the majority of people that come to this party are not here for the animals.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Well, one time, how many ball python people are coming? Because usually that you convert them quickly. I mean,
Yeah,
I think Bob Vu did come for the designers, and then he was like, "Holy crap, look at this!"
I mean, we've had a lot of high profile ball python people here over the years. Every year we have consistency in who comes.
Yeah.
Every year we have variety.
Yeah.
A lot
100%.
of new people come every year.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of new people this year.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. I love both. I love kind of the core, maybe the core 30, 40, 50 people that are here every year. And then you get, I had over 100 people at RSVP.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to come through the door. How many people are going to come through the door tomorrow night?
I hope 100 people don't go in the pool. That's where I'm at. Just let me chill. You know
Or
what I
the
mean?
hot tub.
Yeah. Or the hot tub's cracking. I'm not gonna lie, man. The whole backyard's cracking.
But a lot of people have taken a lot of time and interest to come, and that's humbling. And I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. It's already been awesome. This really started.
It already feels
This really
great.
started 3 days ago.
Yeah, it really did.
It started 3 days ago.
Well,
and
for
more
me
people-
yesterday, but yeah.
Well, for you yesterday,
Yeah.
but for Sal 3 days
Yeah.
ago.
Sal's been cracking.
And then the 20 people that are here tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone on the patio. All right. You guys are amazing, dude. It's literally cracking in here already, man. This is definitely the pre throwdown that's about to happen tomorrow night. But guys, we have a topic here. I saved this topic for you two. And Bill, man, tell me what you know about Blue Line. No, but I want to know seriously, we're going to talk about lines, the name of lines. Alex, you and I had a conversation, and obviously Sal was in the car as well. You know, I get inquiries of people telling me I want blue line stuff. And then, you know, you obviously, it kind of takes time to really break down what a blue line means if you're just asking. But I feel like that's kind of a common thing in the hobby of people searching for blue line in the wrong areas. Morph markets, you know, stuff that's labeled USCBB, a BIAC blue line. I saw a BIAC blue line on Morph Market.
BIAC blue line.
BIAC blue line, okay?
Yeah.
So can we discuss what it is that really solidifies a blue line and any kind of line, because we're going to talk about what makes a quote unquote sickness line. So let's kind of talk to you, Alex. What is your overall assessment when it comes to this topic?
So as far as I'm aware, blue line is Trooper Walsh blue line. Like if you look at a lineage chart and you see TWBL, that would be Trooper Walsh blue line, right? And the term blue line, in my opinion, belongs to him. Now, a lot of people do, you know, may breed blue chondros together, and you can call that blue line because they're not familiar with the Trooper Walsh line. But he was the first to call that blue line, and that technically, in my opinion, belongs to him. You know, because he's obviously not breeding anymore, and that lineage should stay with him. So you should create your own version of your blue line. If you want to give me an example of that,
it'll only
like
take 30 years to do it.
yes, but also like the Glacier line, right? That's a high blue line, right? You can name the snake, you know, Glacier or whatever you want, and then you call that the Glacier line. Like Bill has the sickness, and you know, I know you don't call it a line, but
I would not call it a line.
you wouldn't call it a
We
line.
can discuss that.
Right.
Break that down,
in a minute.
Right.
No.
But you say the sickness lineage.
Right.
So, you know, you kind of have to make your own way in this. That's how we're all trying to do it. You don't want to ever copy people. You want to make your own way with it.
Your own lane.
So if you're out there saying I have blue line stuff, you better make sure that it is from Trooper Walsh blue line.
And then like for you to say that you produced a blue line stuff, right? Like, which is fine. Like if let's say you buy a legit Trooper Walsh blue line, but you breed it to an Aru, those are going to be blue line outcross Arus, right?
Yes.
Like you would have to say that this blue line was actually bred to a locality, and it's not just a pure blue line.
Yes.
That would have to be disclosed.
Blue line outcross.
Yes.
You would call that
Yeah.
animal. Absolutely.
And then let's get to Bill, because Bill, I think I don't know when it was, but somebody had a sickness line designer green tree python, pretty green, I'm not gonna lie, but it was $4,500. But I feel like he was really writing that name, you know what I mean? And I want to know, we're not here to say that they did that did that on purpose. Maybe they just don't know, but I'm curious like how you could break that down for someone who has, because I got some of your stuff and I'm proud of it, and I know it links to like sicknesses, like connection somehow, you know what I mean? But I also know if I do get luck producing stuff, I'm not going to call it the sickness line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Did you
can we
say-
break that down?
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, I think you could ask the most seasoned designer people on the planet right now, and they may give you a different definition of what a line animal means, whether it's blue line, whether it's calico, you know, whatever, high yellow. I think you can get a lot of different definitions. So I think there's a gray area. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to a lot of this stuff. But just because an animal like the sickness, who produced one clutch, and a lot of the animals from that clutch were melanistic, doesn't mean that you can call that a line. I think a line has to be developed over multiple generations. And I think it has to be, you know, if you're talking about a particular male, and I use Mosaic as an example all the time, Pedro's animal Mosaic. Mosaic was a very special animal that produced crazy looking, almost calico like stuff over multiple generations with multiple females. So there was a consistency there that just went farther than one clutch. So there's no way that I could say the sickness was a line because he only produced one clutch. A lot of his animals have gone on, his offspring have gone on to produce melanistic animals. So I just refer to them as melanistic animals from sickness lineage.
Right, because people, I'm sure they come to you all the time and they say, I want this, or that. And you break down what it is that you have. This exactly what you said. There's melanistic stuff.
Yep.
And then what's the other, like, I guess, level of stuff that you say that you have? Like, how does it work?
Well, there's more melanistic stuff than just sickness stuff.
So there's like high melanistic, mid, and like.
Well, no, I'm just saying melanism can come from calicos can produce highly melanistic animals. John Irby has animals, that are not from the sickness that produce crazy melanistic black stuff. So, you can I think transparency is the key. And the great thing about designer chondro people is they put together lineages, and you can see pictures of the parents, the grandparents, the great grandparents. And just because an animal is a blue line let's say it's a legit blue line animal, it doesn't have to be blue. And you're not saying, okay, this animal's blue, but it's from blue line lineage, and it can produce other animals that go on to become blue.
Patrick's saying we're not qualified to talk about this without him. And this is Alex Warren's idea to talk about this topic. So
This was MJ's.
this was my idea. Yes, it was. Okay, let's take things across the pond, because, dude, Sal, one thing I love about you being such an awesome person is the passion for the game, dude. Like, I know you're fucking you sleep, eat, and breathe this shit, dude. Like, you love it. Yeah. But what is any of this stuff happening in the UK? Like, people mislabeling, maybe not on purpose, but like, you got lineage that no one else has in the UK other than maybe Malcolm. Yeah. But like, if you see someone, or I don't know, are you seeing anybody mislabeling anything in the UK?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there was a recent, not too recent, but it was I would say the better half of this year, where an animal was sold, and it was a high yellow Biak, 2 years old, probably red neonate, and it was labeled. That person purchased it, and it's not the buyer's fault, but that they labeled it as a high yellow Biak, possible lemon tree. Like, that person has misinformed that person, and it takes away the credibility of people that are spending time and money to be able to get those lineages in the UK, and it's miseducating people. Like, I've got lemon tree calico Vinskys, and the sire to that clutch was from Buddy's blood. That was from lemon tree Hampston. So that's like, I took a lot of time to make that relationship to be able to get those chondros, which Malcolm bred, and paid a chunk of money for that, for people to mislabel stuff. And it's not their fault, but it shouldn't be mislabeled, because it takes the credibility away from people that are actually labeling their animals right, that have the lineages correct. But again, the UK is very different to here. They're probably 10, 15, 20 years behind. People are not keeping up to date with lineages, probably haven't taken it so seriously until the last 5 to 6 years, where people are actually buying chondros with a lineage background. Like, before, people just buying things and mixing things for the sake of mixing stuff. So it definitely does happen over there.
And Bill, I'm sure, and Alex, I think all of us agree that, like, stuff that is mislabeled but continues on gets corrected pretty quickly in this hobby. Like, you can only go so far before someone's like, dude, no, like, you need to stop.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it might be too late at that point, because
for that individual, many individuals.
Yeah, for the person who bought it might be too late, because they, a lot of people misrepresent what they're trying to sell.
And that's another reason why Alex and I want to talk about this tonight, is because so many people are inquiring right now, and so many people look at an animal that is just hormonal and looks blue, and someone could easily just say, "This is a blue line," and you immediately jump in. And what's crazy is, like, he's offering probably like $3K, and you think like, wow, that's a good price. Well, that's because it's not a real blue line, and a real blue line is not going to be $3K.
Yeah,
like a red neonate true blue line, Trooper Walsh, not going to be $3K.
No,
like fresh out the egg, not even established, not even be $3K. Like, it's not happening. So, but also, this is why research is your best friend in this game, and also having people to consult with, because doing this alone, dude, dicey, man. Like, doing this with, like, thinking I could research my own, I could figure this out. You just don't know who you're talking to if you don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
I mean, and you could look at an animal and you wouldn't know if it was truly blue line or not. I mean, unless you know your source, then you can't really be confident in the animal. And so, again, know your source, ask questions, and don't be hesitant to ask somebody else's opinion about the animal before you pull the trigger on it.
Yeah. And actually, just a reminder, I've had John Irby on the show who's broke this whole down before. So go check out John Irby's Trap Talk with MJ. And we've talked pretty deeply about this topic, and with Dave D. But that was like almost 2-3 years ago. And I mean, even the last 2-3 years, how much growth have you seen, Bill?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's incredible. And a lot of new people coming into it. A lot of new people that want to get on a very strong, firm foundation. Like, they think they know what they want. but they really, really need to do their research, before pulling the trigger. And, I agree. John Irby and Dave D are probably two of the best sources if you want to talk about blue line.
Right. Because they got it. Yeah.
Because they have it. They know the history. And even if you don't buy an animal from them, run something by them.
Yeah.
I've got here. This is this animal on Morph Market. It's a blue line Biak. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to tell you what they think.
They're going to see my page. Okay. And looking at that, if you want to know what blue line stuff looks like, go look at their animals, because that's what it looks like. It's ridiculous.
You can tell the difference between a line bred blue line animal and a hormonal blue.
Yes, you can totally, but not to the untrained eye.
But not as a neonate.
Not,
Yeah.
well, no, not as a
Yes.
Not as a
Right.
neonate.
Yes.
Not as a neonate.
So-
Right.
Yes.
And this is another reason why, again, like the big, and not to just shit on the yellows, but goddamn, it's really hard to predict stuff if we really look at the grand scheme of red and yellow things. Like, yes, we could be fooled by reds, but how much is it really that a blackout Neo is going to fucking turn out to be a dud, dude? Like I'm talking about the stuff that you just got going on, Bill.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. Could it happen? Yeah, it's possible,
Sure.
but very unlikely. Okay. And we just don't have that proof yet with the yellows. Yes. But I will
Well,
say, man,
let's-
after visiting Mark Hager's place, Mark, dude, holy shit. Texas Chondros, probably best yellows in the game.
Next level.
Oh my God, dude. The
Yeah.
stuff that I saw of that man's collection.
He's been saying it for 5 years that the yellows have not produced melanistic stuff because
haven't been
enough
worked
people
enough.
haven't given it a chance.
Yeah.
So I root for him. Some of the stuff that I've seen him post that were yellow with a lot of melanism. I mean, I give him big props.
All right, wrap up things for Sal and Alex. Let's go with you, Sal. What's next on the agenda, man? Like, obviously, I want you to enjoy your time here,
Mm-hmm.
but you're establishing 2 or 3 amazing clutches, or you already have. Like, catch us up, and then what's in store for next year? Break down a couple. Like, give us a little bit.
Everything's established. So the last clutch,
How many holdbacks?
just shy over 20.
Woo! I like that number. 20. I love it, dude. But yeah, come on. keep going.
This is what I've done it for. This is what I've always wanted to do, is just hold back my own stuff. So it's got to a point where I can. But the last clutch was super easy. Everything ate unscented off the first feed. So I've got nothing else to establish. Everything's established. I started pairing the week before I came here. So a few locks started to happen before I came. They've been taken apart, and I'll put them back in when I get home. I don't know. I might go for 3 or 4. I probably have about 9 or 10 females, between 6 and 10 females that could go this year. I'm probably going to stick to 3 or 4. I've got work. I've got things going on. This is just for love and passion and fun, and just to make stuff and hold stuff back. So, and yeah, there's a certain pairing that only Alex, Bill, and that will, if that happens, nothing's for sale.
Yeah.
If that happens, but yeah, fingers crossed that pairing will be a big pairing. So
I almost yelled out that pairing, but I remember Alex called me a big mouth earlier today, and it really hurt my feelings. So luckily I didn't say anything, Alex.
Yeah, this time.
Okay, I'm gonna give you more flowers quick, Alex.
Yes.
You boosted bastard. Dude, you're killing it this year, my man. Like I said, you're right there next to Bill. You're in the trenches, establishing, and you have quite the load ahead of you, even in your own collection. But how do you feel, man? I mean, like going into we're already approaching the end of this year, which is crazy, right? But how does it feel going into 2026 with everything that you guys done so far this year?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm still looking at 2025.
Ooh.
I've
Both are.
it's
Look at this.
I've got one clutch cooking right now. There's some other stuff, in the works right now, so that I don't really want to get too deep into. But maybe we can do a podcast at the end of this year, and we can go over a lot of stuff. But it's looking good. I'll say that it's really looking good.
Maybe, or we are going to do a podcast.
Well, we are.
Thank
We're gonna do a
you.
podcast.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
always do podcasts.
All right, listen, Amazing Emporials, who actually came through, dude. We did an amazing vlog at his place. Of course, Sal did too, dude. Can't take this away from Sal, because Sal's vlog game he's killing it, dude. So please go make sure you subscribe to Chondros on YouTube and go give him a follow. And of course, Amazing Emporials, because we have a vlog coming out on MORPH Market tomorrow. Okay, so if you want to see an 8-pling video, I did one on MORPH Market of Alex Warren pulling some recent clutch, right? That's your most 14 good eggs.
Yep, top cheddar Biak.
And they're all in the mayor's incubator.
Yep.
Looking great.
Yep.
So go
looking
make sure you follow him on Instagram and subscribe as well. Amazing Boreals. All right, who do we get next? What?
I want to say one thing before Sal
Okay.
leaves.
Hold
We filmed an incredible event tonight.
Yes.
We ultrasounded a green tree python that we knew was gravid. She's like 26 millimeter
29,
follicles,
29
28,
millimeter.
29 millimeters. So on the verge of ovulation. And then we said, just for the fun of it, let's ultrasound a Matagorri female that we knew is gravid. She's due to lay any day. So we picked her up and we ultrasounded her. And for the first time I've ever seen personally or ever ultrasound or videographed was an egg with an embryo inside of it, the heart beating.
Mm.
We
Wow, that's
saw
cool.
it on ultrasound with the embryo moving around, and like it was incredible.
Yeah,
To
I was
see
not
it,
expecting.
to see it.
not
I've never seen
expecting
anything like it.
Yeah.
I've ultrasounded a lot of, fair number of chondros before. Never, I mean, this girl's literally due to lay today or tomorrow. And it was incredible. So get on Sal. Sal will post it on his YouTube.
And we're putting it on a morph market too, just so you know. So you have your options there too.
It was the most incredible thing I've ever
Yeah, if
seen.
people want to see that, I'm going to try and chop that up quickly and get that out in the next few days. So, yeah, we'll put it out. I'll send it to you as well. We'll get it out.
Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you so much, Sal. Do me a favor, go get Lupe and get Dan.
All right.
Dan the man and Lupe, you guys are up, dude.
I'm gonna take a 2-second break.
Oh, leave me here then. All right, cool. I'll be right here because I'm used to being solo here on the show, and it's all good. No, but listen, this has been an amazing time. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button right now. Let's get the likes up. And dude, you know what? If you have a little bit of FOMO, have FOMO. You're right. You deserve to have FOMO because this is one of the best times ever. We got some of the best people here right now. Tomorrow night is gonna be quite the time. So it's not too late to come to Bill Steagall's party tomorrow if you can. So make sure if you do want to come, hit me up or Bill. Let us know. Probably fit you in on that RSVP. Yeah, here we go. My man Lupe, Space City Chondros, and Dan the man. Good. See you here. Got the homie Dan pouring up a drink, dude. Let's let Bill sit right here. Okay, you're good. You're good.
I'll be on that side.
No, you're good. You're good. Bill. Yeah, no. You first. And then he'll sit on the outside. And then we have Dan Luca. What's up, Dan?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
All the way from
Boston, Massachusetts.
all the way from Boston and all the way from Houston. Yep. Hey, living Lupe?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no stranger to a Bill Stegall party.
No, been here a few times. So
I think almost everyone.
I've been, I think, what, 3 years
Third
now?
time?
3
Yeah.
years in a row now. So yeah.
You're part of that realm of people that it's amazing to know, a part of this hobby, dude. So I want to know what it's like for you over the last 3 years, kind of growing into the hobby, meeting people. What's it been like, Lupe?
Oh man, it's been I guess fast, man. All you could say. I've met a lot of people just in the past 3 years.
Short amount of time. right?
Yeah, short amount of time. I met a lot of people from all over the United States, even from other countries. We got Jason from Canada.
Jason
we
from
got
Canada's
a couple
here.
people from Germany now. So it's just amazing how fast it moves and you meet people. And so it's been a fun ride though. Been fun.
Yeah.
So
Dan the man, dude. How you living, Dan?
Living pretty good. Yeah.
Also a veteran Bill Stegall party attendee.
Yes, for sure. Had a lot of fun coming to a bunch of these parties, and actually, I think 2019 or 20 was the first year I come out here.
That wasn't
Oh,
for a
that-
party.
yeah, that was a private. That was a
Yeah.
private thing.
Yeah, you just came.
So came
You
and
just
checked.
invited yourself.
Just invited
down.
myself. I invited myself down. Had to come check his collection out, and Bill was quite the host. So great guy, good vibes. Right
Listen,
from the get-go.
Dan is always welcome because Dan always
Comes correct.
brings the good stuff.
I know what the big guy likes, so we got to help him out.
Well, listen, I'll say I've had many people that have been very generous, not just this year, but over the years, bringing stuff. I've got some stuff that I want to post on my Instagram probably tomorrow about what people have brought and just gratitude and
The respects.
oh man, just so nice, unexpected, but just so cool to see. So yeah, Dan's always welcome.
Yeah.
Gracias.
And Dan, we had an episode with Dan on the Tree Tuesday, like
Yeah.
what, 3
Not
weeks
long
ago?
ago.
Less than a month
it was
ago.
Yeah, it was a few. About a month ago.
And that was your second return to Trap Talk.
Second return. Yeah.
So you're a Trap Talk veteran now.
Trap Talk veteran. Yeah. I enjoy this stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So
Good
let
stuff.
me ask you how you feel right now. You know, overall, your third year at this party, right? Or four? Have you been coming since the get-go from the beginning?
Third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
And from the amount of people that you see coming into the hobby, like your perspective on the, you know, I'm curious what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, last definitely year, I'd say the last year or so, it's definitely a huge jump in interest with green trees for sure. I don't know if it's a lot of ball python people coming over or just in general, it's kind of like catching fire.
Yeah,
it seems to be. Sure.
All right, well, I got to get this topic out of the way, Dan. Like I felt a little bit of pressure on this topic. I forgot where this happened in the last day or two, but I think it was in Alex Warren's car. Alex, sorry, dude, I'm opening my mouth. I don't care. But you have a tendency of like whatever snake that you purchase, I hear it turns out to be one of the baddest snakes in the clutch for whatever reason. Is that true or false? Like, do you find yourself getting lucky picking out whatever snake that you're getting picked and it's turning out to be something next level? Is there truth behind that?
I'd like to take credit for it, but maybe I've just gotten lucky over the years. I don't know.
Well, dude, okay, because I think I might have to switch your name Tubbs of the B I'm sending you because I want to join that lineup. I want to. Well, here's actually I should let you pick, dude.
You want me to pick?
Yeah, because I want to be a part of that prestige lineup, dude. Like you got. What I'm trying to say is, Dan, you're growing up and breeding some amazing stuff.
Well, I appreciate
people
that.
love it.
I appreciate the love, and that's a big compliment. I appreciate that.
And
just doing my best.
And what is it really that, like, you know, if you think about the ideal pairing, like the ideal neonates to get to the adult stage, what is that for you? Like, what's your, I don't want to say end goal because there's no such thing, but what's that one thing you're aiming when it comes to producing a green tree python? Look wise, whatever.
Well, I'd like to, as an adult, like a yellow chondro with a lot of melanism.
Yellow with high black yellows.
Yes, that'd be my
So you're
top.
You're Morris and MARC to an extent.
Yes.
They both like that look.
I'd love to see
High
that
yellow,
high yellow, like solid yellow with a ton of melanism. in it.
You don't see it very often.
No,
or,
I think,
or have you seen it at all?
I think Socrates has one, and that's
High
like my
yellow,
favorite.
black.
I forget what he Autumn. I don't know what he calls it. It's something he
Optimus
produced.
Prime to Fluttershy.
You know the one I'm talking about?
I have the brother to him.
Yeah, that thing.
That's crazy
looking. That's what I'm talking about.
That's been one of my
Something
favorite yellow looking like adults that I've seen for sure because it's insane.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of black in it, and yeah, that's spectacular.
So, would it matter if it's a red neonate or yellow? Like, do you look at that as something where like you want one or the other, or if you know it has the potential, you don't care?
I mean, I think it's probably going to come from a red. I would say with both of that, I'm pretty sure that one's a red that he produced.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me personally. I mean, I like both of them. Mark's doing some awesome stuff.
What's in your collection mostly, the red or yellow neos?
I have mostly red, but I do have some pretty nice yellow stuff. I actually have a yellow from you that's really nice from Jaeger Biscuit.
Yeah, high yellow.
Yeah, I got.
You purchased a yellow?
I got a yellow and a red from him, sisters. Nice. Yeah, and then I got a male from the year before. So actually,
what looks better, the yellow or red?
The yellow. Yep. I have to say.
Wow.
Of that. The male from the year before is really nice, and yeah, I'm hoping he goes this year to. Nice. Finds a woman he likes. We'll see.
And Lupe, man, I mean, dude, I you think when people post a certain OCC on a snake, you're like, well, there's the peak. But dude, you keep posting pictures of the snakes that you produce, man, and they don't stop freaking out, man. Like, what are your overall thoughts of the holdbacks and the productions of last year's stuff? Because I love seeing it on your stories, bro. It's amazing.
I think it's going good, man. They're only 17 months, so they still got a lot of changing to do. But from what I'm seeing, I'm liking as far as the holdbacks I picked. I have let go of a few that I probably should have kept, but
they're close by. I see the people you share their stories, and that's like those people that you're cool with. And stuff like that.
Definitely people that I follow on Instagram and they follow me back. So it's
and how does that feel, Lupe? Like to have, like, I get it. Be cooler if it was in your collection, but you have that work in someone else's collection. Does that make you feel like proud or like you feel accomplished a little bit?
It's a lot of fun, definitely. Yeah, right? Definitely. it's nice to see something I produce that's really nice in somebody else's collection. You know, so yeah, I wish I would have held it, but it's okay. They'll produce and hopefully do good things with it too. So
yeah,
I'm happy with them. So
yeah, so
very happy with what's come so far, and they still got a lot of changing to do, and hopefully they just change for the better. So.
And you have not produced the yellow, right? Only reds?
No, all reds. Yeah,
okay.
All
And
reds.
is that kind of the direction of all your projects? Because the way you,
well,
the way the
well,
the
most of my
lineages-
animals are like red neos as babies. The only yellow I have is a Mark Hager, which I'm trying this year with a calico male. So
cool.
I'm not sure if I'll get any yellows or if
Was
that.
the calico
It's a
red?
TSK.
Calico was red?
It was a red neo. Yes. So
yeah.
I mean, it may produce some yellows. It'd be kind of cool, you know. Some.
I think
yellow
Mark Hager has
calicos.
a curse with his. If it's like you're gonna get yellow in that clutch.
I think I will too, because I don't think that TSK was a it had yellows in the clutch as well.
Right.
So
well, before we let you go, Lupe, you know what's in store for next year, man. Like I know this year you had a couple at bats.
Yeah.
Didn't get any clutches this year, but you know it's not like you have a bunch of females either, right?
No,
like,
I don't. I only have about 5 females that I'm working with right now as far as adults.
Right.
I'm running back some repeats, and we'll see, you know, what's going on. I've had one that's given me multiple locks already, and some that are just kind of sitting around together, not doing nothing. So I paired them early right now, but we'll see, you know, how it goes. I'm not sure how things are going to go yet. So.
And then Dan, before I let you go, man, what's in store for next year? You know, are we at the time of year where you're already looking at either cycling or where are things at with you?
Yeah, I actually threw a pair together about a week ago just to see where things were at. We had a little dip in temperature where I was, and yeah, I got some stuff planned, and knock on wood, a couple of things go. I'll be psyched. Yeah, got a couple of cool things in store.
All right. Dan the Man, Snake Man 78. Dan, dude, what a year, dude. Oh my God. And then Lupe, Space City Chondros. Please go give him a follow. Bring me Carly and Stephen Cush. That's what that's
Carly and Cush.
Carly and Cush. They're sending us home.
They're in the hot box.
Here they come. And the reason why
have to buy Buddy a
You like that?
the reason we have this dynamic is because Cush, I mean, who better off to send us home than Cush? You're over here, Cush.
You're up, big guy.
And Carly, well, you know, this big thing here is we have a scrub king who is converting chondro keepers into keeping scrubs.
It's supposed to be the other way around, converting scrub keepers into chondros.
Oh, I sure hope not. You guys got enough of those. We don't have enough.
Hello, Carly.
Carly, please.
Oh, welcome. Have a seat next to me.
Carly Strange Land. Wholesome
Welcome to the couch.
Did I say that right? No.
Not
Carly.
Carly
you were very
Lynn
close.
Strange.
Yeah.
Welcome to the couch.
Carly Lynn Strange.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And it's CARLY.
Yes, I'm so proud of you for
There's no
finally
E in there.
getting that.
There's no. You thought there was an E? It's
Yeah, for like
Carly.
for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Carly. Yeah.
Hey.
Carly, how you living, dude? Have that mic. How you doing? You're here at the your second time at the Bill Stegall party, right? You were here
Second
last
time
year?
at the party, yeah.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah.
been here before.
Oh, that's right. She
She-
visited you
She
before.
pulled
Yeah.
it Dan.
Yeah.
Just uninvited. Drop
You
by.
just pulled up.
Just pulled
No,
up.
I did not. No, I did not. No, I didn't.
Damn.
Bill, I'm in your driveway. Can I see?
No.
Can I see the room?
That was not what happened.
I'm in your living room. Can I see your snakes?
That was not what
Of
happened.
course not.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, Carly, I want to ask
Are you,
know,
though?
what's it like? You know, your return to a Bill Stegall party, but you know, you're pretty tapped into the community. You know, what's it like being around a party and like the energy and environment, something like this?
Oh, I love it. I mean, it's the reptile community in general, and especially I think with the chondros, you make such close connections and so many like really good friends. And when, you know, like Bill's party and stuff like this, people are able to get together and see those people that you talk to days all the time, and you're able to get with them and enjoy it. And it's nice. I love coming and doing all these things.
It's a different environment than like an expo, right?
Yeah,
Way
100%,
better.
because people
Just
can
totally
relax. Yeah,
And
people
we,
can relax.
and we spend more time not talking about snakes than we do talking about snakes.
That is very true.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
This is like, it's a much more of a social event than
Oh,
a snake event,
100%.
right?
It's yeah. I mean, y'all were watching football earlier.
We still
So-
are.
we still are.
If it's football season, it's on the television.
100%.
Yeah, but and that being said, Carly, you were doing some ultrasounding with Bill earlier. How much is that practice going to be something that you're utilizing with all your pairings that you have going on? Because you have a big collection, it's growing. Do you feel like that's going to be something you're going to start implementing here in the next season?
100%. I could have used that information this season because I had a female who I knew because I returned from vacation and I knew that she was gravid because she was off food, but I didn't know that prior to leaving. And it was like, did I miss an ovulation or did I miss, something critical for me to have seen while I was gone on vacation? And I was just kind of floating in this, I don't know where she's at. I don't know what am I looking for? So I could have used that information right then and there instead of just kind of being trapped in limbo, not knowing. So 100% I'll be using that. Yeah.
And then Bill, are you going to recommend to people that you're mentoring yourself? Because I mean, I've heard Carly's told me many times that you've taken phone calls with her, and I know you do that with a lot of people, but is that topic, if it comes up, are you going to start recommending people just get an ultrasound?
Well, I don't think it is a crucial modality to have in breeding chondros. I think it's great to have a lot of times in gray areas, like Carly said, you're not sure where your animal is. I don't think it's essential to have that tool. I think it's more essential, for you to be able to probe a chondro, than to ultrasound it. But I think it's something that eventually you should have in your tool bag to be able to do it. And whether the female's really early, I don't even ultrasound a female until she's had multiple locks. And then I just want to kind of see where she is. And I had these two females this year, multiple locks, no apparent progress, ultrasound them, no follicular development. Okay, it's a great time to put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Put them on the shelf for 3 months and then reintroduce the male.
Yeah.
And that has worked great for me this year.
Yeah.
Reintroduce the male, see some locks. All right, let's ultrasound again. Oh, damn, she's got 10 millimeter follicles now. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like last year or the year before, I would have just said, okay, you're done. I'll readdress you next fall. Well, I had two females this year that I, got to go because the ultrasound told me that they were still in the game for this year.
Yeah.
So,
and then Steven, we talked a little bit, you're on this with the scrubs right now as far as, figure out what's gravid, what's not. And you feel like your palpate game's pretty on point. But do you feel like if you have another year where stuff's kind of up in the air, are you going to just say, fuck it, get an ultrasound, or what's your take?
Well, the thing that I had to say about ultrasounds, I've used them before and I learned how to palpate well before I used an ultrasound, but then feeling it and then seeing it on the screen just confirmed what, it kind of advanced my knowledge where, okay, this is what a 20 millimeter follicle feels like. And this is what it looks like. So now I can pretty much be accurate with palpating how large those follicles are, how close the girls are to ovulation. I feel pretty.
Have you ultrasounded scrub pythons?
Yeah, I have.
So are they relatively, easy to ultrasound, or you get a lot of movement? The movement kills the ultrasound.
Sure.
When they start moving around, then it's kind of game over.
Yeah. So
or they got food in them too, right?
Or if they have a lot of stool in them. Sure.
Yeah.
There's
So
things that can.
When I was first attempting ultrasounds with big female scrubs, I thought it was going to be fucking nightmare, but honestly just got them on the floor as soon as they kind of got a lot of their initial energy out. It's really pretty straightforward, honestly, much easier than like a chondro to me. So yeah, it was actually pretty easy.
They're bigger,
right?
So
you can you can be ultrasounding them and the head is 7 feet away from
yeah, you're safe.
So
it's convenient.
Yes, absolutely. But they at the same time, they're much easier to palpate than like a chondro would be.
All right, next topic. I picked you two for a reason, because like Bill said, usually chondros, people are bringing the others in, but Carly, what's going on? Scrub pythons, like Kush really got you. But obviously I get it because I've been there with the scrubs. They're amazing, but dude, it's not a walk in the park to have the kind of scrubs that you have, but I know it's worth it. What's it been like? I feel like this year or was it last year you got your first scrub? But I feel like you're literally growing in it right now, and I want to hear what it's like having the Chondro collection that you have, and then you got the scrubs. You know what I mean?
The scrubs are a very fresh breath, I would say, because
that's cool.
They're
Different.
They're so much smarter.
Ooh.
They're
They are.
so
I mean,
much
she's not
smarter.
wrong there.
That's
They're
not saying a
so
lot.
much
That's
She
not-
said it,
that-
not
that-
me.
That's not saying a lot.
It
she's
is.
not wrong,
It is
though.
really nice.
She's
It's
not wrong.
it's nice to have a snake that you don't look at it and go, we're smooth braining that all the
Yeah.
way. It's really nice to have that kind of refresh, and I like it. Not that I was tired of seeing chondros, but I definitely wanted something that was a little bit different. And then Steven's posting pretty pictures, and I said, okay, that's it. So that was pretty much how that started. I have enjoyed having them a lot, and they're a lot more active in the cages too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more interesting to see. I mean, my toddler loves them. Toddler goes in sneaky and it's straight to the scrubs that he's going to. He's not going to the ones that just sit like lumps on a log.
Yeah.
So it's been really refreshing, and I definitely have enjoyed it a lot, because even the emeralds they're basically in the same category as how the chondros are. Yeah.
But I mean, you could also. I mean, we forgot about the emeralds you have, but even the emeralds do. It's like they do hit different than the chondros. Like,
Oh, they definitely do. Yeah.
And but it's cool like that you have all different stuff, because you kind of go through a cycle of just appreciating everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's never really a boring moment. And I feel like you could have nothing but chondros. It's not boring, but like there's just so much cool shit out there. And Steven knows how much cool shit's out there.
Having even like one pair of snakes that are different from your main project makes that main project so much more enjoyable, because it throws a little bit something different in there.
I agree.
So it breaks up the monotony of
It's a good way to
that.
look at
It keeps kind of that like hobby passion alive, even if you're really focused on a singular breeding project. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
kind
and
of
that's what the scrubs were only supposed to have been one pair.
Well, that
Now I
didn't
have
work.
So
Only supposed to.
All right, I'm gonna ask you right now on blast, both of you, how much kingling shit did you guys talk about on your show?
About
None.
5 to 10 seconds worth.
yeah,
Okay, cool. So
because Matt wasn't there.
We acknowledged that it existed, and that was about it.
We acknowledge that it existed. They will be here soon.
so
The 16th, more of them.
Oh wow.
Bill, what's
Around
your
the corner.
opinion of getting Carly and Matt on an All in the Tree Tuesday? Marshall, you're not here, buddy. Sorry, but we get down to the king line information. What do you think?
Do you think you can make that happen?
I mean,
Oh yeah, just let me know.
but does that sound something you're interested in?
Hell yes, of course.
Yeah.
I mean that's a big move. That's across the pond.
And I'm not gonna lie, Carly, it's been a hot topic. Like a lot of people are talking about the king line stuff, and I want to know just from you, what is it that excites you so much about it? Like, yeah, it's beautiful, I get it, but like I feel like you've been kind of keen over this for a minute now. Like,
Oh, it's been years. This has been like absolute years in the making, because I've always liked the high yellows, mainly because yellow is my favorite color. But I also, it's nice. I mean, it
different.
doesn't beat.
It's nice and it's potent.
Yeah,
Very
it really
potent, yeah.
is.
Potent.
Yeah, it's a good look. And I especially I love the high yellow calicos, like the splash stuff. Oh, I love that stuff so much. And I think that the king lines can be brought into a lot of the stuff that is already being worked in the US, like Lecky stuff. I think that's going to fit in just perfectly with that. And so it's a genetics that we don't have here. And it's something that can be used to kind of elevate the high yellow game, which I think, as you know, it's more on the up and up. I mean, look what Mark's doing.
yeah, for sure. I think it fits in perfectly with what Mark's trying to
I'd
do.
love to see king line into calico.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Now, and when we get that show going, we'll be able to look at like stuff like, because I feel like a lot of the king line stuff has other stuff in the mix from what I'm seeing. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but a pure king line, they all look the same.
It's a sarong.
Yeah, right. But it's a unique style of a sarong.
Oh, it
So-
definitely is.
So
yeah.
there's no like virgin. You can't make. So if you have two pure king lines breed together, you're not going to get a basic green ass snake, is what I'm saying.
I haven't seen any of them. I mean, you're going to get some that have a little bit
Less.
less yellow, like the ones that I brought over, that we brought over from Switzerland. They definitely have more on the higher end of the green, but it's still a variety, and it's still, you're going to have some that are just straight yellow, and then there are going to be some that have got that kind of like greening down the back and that blue patterning down the back too.
Yeah.
So
All right, well, stay tuned, guys. We will get this show on the docket, and we will get a little deeper on this topic for sure. But Carly, before we let you guys go, what do you have to say to anyone who hasn't been to a Bill Stegall party, but is like, man, maybe they won't like me, or I don't know, like maybe I'm just too shy. I don't know.
Shut up and get here.
God damn.
Introduce yourself.
Come
Don't be a
on.
bitch.
They're not coming for sure now.
Get here. I don't. I
Hey,
mean, I don't-
stupid.
Introduce yourself.
not a single person I've seen turn away or not been welcome.
Yeah.
There is someone here to talk to you about everything. Ball python's your thing. Cool. Things with legs are your thing. Cool.
Yep.
Somebody's going to talk to you about something. And even then, like we said earlier, it's not all reptiles. Y'all were
Right.
watching football.
Yeah, a lot of it is not reptiles. Did you know Jason Balin called me today?
Yeah, we convinced him to come.
Is he going to come?
Yeah.
Why do I feel
hell
like I
yeah.
know that name? Is that the NFL player?
No, he's not. I think
Jason
he
Balin.
wishes,
Who's
but
Jason Balin?
he does carpets.
He's a
Big carpet guy. And he's coached.
But who was that football player? Wasn't his name Jason something? Or who's that NFL? The guy who played for the Eagles? What was his name?
Jason Kelsey.
No. It was a big black dude.
We're talking about the
That
guy
wouldn't be
I saw
Jason
cover
Balin.
Yeah, what was his name? He went to
Leonard Williams.
Leonard Williams. Okay, that's
Leonard Williams from Jason Balin.
I'm sorry. It's just that
Lord
Jason Balin sounds like
bless.
that sounds like an
It's
athlete.
getting late.
Yeah, it is getting late.
Good
Too
Lord.
much coffee. All right, send us home, Scrub Shepherd Trump.
MJ, Bill, thank you very much for having me. The party you have every year is almost as good as the parties that me and my friend Jeff used to have back in the day.
On the island.
What wonderful parties they were. They were great parties. Only the two of us, no one else invited except for this guests of honor. We won't talk about who they were, but it was great. Really a wonderful time. What was the question?
What do you have to think about the party that's going on tomorrow night? And why should somebody come to a Bill Stegall party?
If you don't come to a Bill Stegall party, frankly, you're not an American and you love Al Qaeda. You want to love Al Qaeda?
Do you?
Not a great look. Alligator Alcatraz right away. You're going right there if you're not at the Bill Stegall party.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
Epic.
ICE will be at your door tomorrow morning if you're not on the way to Bill Stegall's place. We hired hundreds of thousands of new agents for this specifically. You better be there or El Salvador for you. That's all I have to say. Good night and God bless America. The best country in the world. The greatest country in the universe. Some may say, I say that. The greatest reptile network in the world. Trap Talk. Watch Cush's Corner every Wednesday. All right.
You guys are amazing, guys. Please, before you leave, hit that like button. All right, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, man, drop a comment. Last words from the mayor.
Oh my God. I will see everybody tomorrow. Everyone is welcome. Unlike Kush said, there will not be ICE agents.
Speak
There will
much.
not be ICE agents at the door.
Holy
So-
shit.
Unless you're a
So-
Chondro keeper in tonight.
So whether you're legal or illegal, all are welcome.
Hell yeah.
There you go. All right, guys, have a good night. Again, this episode was brought to you by Morph Market. Find all the links in the description below. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for the party.
Why was that no cheat?